My name is Pernu here. I'll actually be 50 in a few days. What brought me down here? What brought me down here? I came down here for healing. And, there was things about my personality or myself, my person that, I wanted to change. I felt like I wasn't able to accomplish and be productive at the level that I wanted to be in life, and it was like I felt like there was just like some type of energy drain on me. That I could start tasks well at first, but then eventually it was like the energy or the power would leave, and it seemed like that was in lots of areas of my life, and I wasn't quite sure, what it was. So that's why I came. And I came to continue. I had done some ayahuasca retreats before, so I had gotten some clues on certain things, and I wanted to, with that knowledge, go deeper, and it was very helpful. I mean, this retreat really it answered the questions. It answered the questions that I had been seeking, and it accomplished everything I wanted it to accomplish. Well, so I think part of the goal was to for me was to embody the divine masculine, to be able to have the strength to stand up, for myself and for others, to be able to say no, with power when I need to be able to be directed, and have a consistent, directed, masculine strength about myself, not to, in a divine type of way. And so, let me think. The very first, the first ceremony was really, just it was rough. I mean, each ceremony was rough, actually, but they were rough in different type of ways. And so it was either the first or second ceremony. It was just kind of like, some of it was like despair, even despair for my people, for Black Americans in particular, and the things that we're going through, and the stuff that we are carrying in us from generations of oppression and slavery, and how it's transformed, into some of the issues that we're dealing with today. And so I felt some of that pain. I felt some of that despair. I remember actually, after some of the ceremony, some of the participants, other fellow participants, felt like, wow, you're carrying, and you're purging everything for Black people, or for Black men, and I felt that way too, and so I had other ceremonies where, I got into my past, my particular past, and saw certain things as far as my childhood, that there was sexual abuse, and that was in my upbringing, that it was in the family and outside the family, and so it was in the whole community there was sexual abuse going on, and just under the radar, living in a nice suburb, everything's looking nice, we weren't living in the hood of Chicago, supposedly moving on up in lily white suburbs, but still there was this undercurrent of evil going on, and I was affected by that. I was a victim of that, and so that helped explain a lot of things that were going on in my life. It helped explain, how I had certain type of like maybe you could say like attention deficit, or in school. I was very, very bright, but couldn't, it was just hard for me to finish tasks and hard for me to put things together. And I just saw how that affected me in my whole life. In college, and at work, in my career, and things like that. So I had some of those type of ceremonies. I've had ceremonies that help reveal to me, circumstances, in my family history, the family trauma, from my parents, and how that affected me, and how it affected me, how it affected my sister, how it affected my brother. So I got to see a lot of things, and I got to have, compassion for them, to see that how these people are victims as well. And I saw how in the outer community, how trauma affected them, and how victims then become victimizers, when violence and trauma and abuse has been done to them. So I learned a whole lot about, myself, who I am, how to be a better parent, how to be a better father to my children, how to, I feel like it has lit like the, what you want to call it, the guard dog, and for my family, that not going to let things slide. The idea that, a lot of times it'd be like, okay, something was wrong, or not just in family, but just in general, like a little thing might be off, and I'm like, that's strange, and then I just walk by, just kind of like forget about it, I'll forget about it. Now it's not that way anymore. It's like, that's something strange. I better figure out what's going on here. Let me investigate this. Let me not rest until I figure out what's happening, because this could be something that can affect me or my family, or something at work. Or that's how I feel now. I feel like a certain type of vigilance, and not in a bad way, but a vigilance of, okay, being able to inspect things. That quality has increased. The support, the support is just exceptional, and that's all. I can say. Pedro and Carolina. The support they were able to give me was just amazing, because I had some really rough ceremonies. The ceremonies were like over, and I was still needing help. And they were there. They were there to help me. One time I came over there. The ceremony was over for a couple of hours, and I just couldn't sleep, and my mind was just racing. I couldn't sleep. I was, my heart rate was elevated, I think, and I was just turned on, and I knew I needed to sleep, so I went and knocked on the door at 4 a.m. And Pedro, he got up and he helped me. He gave me some tea and some calming herbs, and just help guide me through some things. Juana, she's amazing. Her, the Icaros that she sings. The power and what she sees, and how she's able to just bring it out. She's able to bring that stuff out, and and she's just such a beautiful spirit too. Just such a beautiful spirit she has, and I just really appreciate that. And Carolina, she's just always been helpful. I never had a question. She was there to help answer it. She was there to be gentle, to make sure that I wouldn't, beat up on myself, for any the things that I did in the past, because this medicine reveals a lot of your flaws, and at a deep down level, you might think you're a great person, and of course in lots of ways we are, but it uncovers things about us that aren't too pretty, and sometimes that can make you feel really, really bad about yourself. And so Carolina, I mean, she was there to, hey, let me know, hey, no, you're not bad, this is part of a cycle, and that, that, hey, I'm here, and I'm here to help, reverse that, and put an end to it, in this cycle. And so that's a great thing, because if I wasn't here, I could potentially perpetuate things, or not stop problems that are growing. And so it helped me feel better, and not oh, woe is me and all that type of stuff. It's just like, okay, but at the same time, to honor the emotions. They taught us, we had integration periods and seminars that taught us how to process the feelings and deal with the feelings. Because you go through so many different feelings during these ceremonies, and it can really leave you confused and all types of things. And it helps us be able to understand that, yes, you're going to have these feelings, and how to integrate these feelings into your being, to welcome them, all of them. And that's really important to healing. Well, I really, the place is beautiful here. The rooms were nice. I liked, I liked how we had, the fire, our fireplace going on at night, and it's just beautiful. It's just a beautiful place here, out here in the I forgot the name of the town, but near Pisac, this whole Sacred Valley area, in the mountain. We did some hiking here, walking through the trails. Just really beautiful, and the people here, the people I went on retreat with were beautiful. We all were very supportive of each other. The food was great. The food was delicious, and it was healthy, it was nutritious, and yeah, it was really a great thing. I did a dieta, a Noya Rao dieta, so basically I ate twice a day, and that was good, and I felt satisfied. I was never like hungry or anything like that, overly hungry, and yeah, it was great. We had yoga classes, 2 yoga classes, which were great. So it was just it was a really complete type of package, I think. It was really a complete package. It wasn't just powerful ayahuasca ceremonies, because there are other places that do powerful ayahuasca ceremonies, but it was a whole package. The ayahuasca ceremonies, the out of ceremony support, the workshops, all of that, made it a very complete retreat.